All right, Michigan fell to 1-3 this past weekend with a 49-11 loss to Wisconsin. Um, this is a pretty bad loss. It ties their worst loss in the last 85 years. 38 points. Last time they lost by this much was 1935 when they lost to Ohio State, 38-0. This time it was 49-11. Wisconsin hadn't played in 22 days, which makes it even worse. It just seems like all of Jim Harbaugh's fire is gone, and the players can sense it. Multiple times Saturday, I noticed when they panned to the sideline, Harbaugh just seemed kind of out of it, dejected, and the players are kind of following suit with that. They don't seem like they're happy to be there. It seems like a big dumpster fire at this point. As I said, their worst home loss since 1935, and their offense struggled again. Joe Milton went 9 for 19 for 98 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Backup Cade McNamara went 4 for 7, 74 yards, and 1 touchdown. So he played decent in his couple of drives he played. Rushing wise for Michigan, their leading rusher was Zach Charbonnet with 3 rushes for 21 yards, 7 yards a carry, which is pretty damn good. But he only rushed 3 times. I mean, that's not going to do you a whole lot of good. And then their second leading rusher was Joe Milton with 7 rushes for 15 yards. Overall, team-wise, they rushed for 19 rushes for 47 yards, or a 2.47 average. Offensively for Wisconsin, quarterback Graham Mertz only had 12 completions on 22 attempts, 127 yards, and 2 touchdowns. It doesn't sound like a lot, and it's not a lot. Where Michigan got hurt, where Wisconsin really hurt Michigan, was in the rushing game. They had 4 guys over 60 yards rushing. Jalen Berger had 15 rushes for 87 yards and a touchdown. John Channel, don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not, had 6 rushes for 71 yards. Nakia Watson had 12 rushes for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns. And a wide receiver, Danny Davis, had 7 rushes for 65 yards and 1 touchdown. That's not going to win Michigan very many games, and if they keep allowing rushing like that, they're not getting a lot of wins. Especially when you look at the averages. Average-wise, every running back or every guy who rushed for Wisconsin all 4 of those guys, not every guy, but all 4 of those guys had over 5 yards a carry, which is really, really bad. Michigan's only going further downhill at this point. They play Rutgers this coming weekend. Rutgers lost a close one this past week. So that'll be an interesting game. Both teams, I think, are 1-3. We'll see what goes on with that game, but it just seems like Harbaugh's fire's gone. All the players can sense he's not as enthusiastic as he was, and it's gearing up for a strange second half of the season for Michigan. Personally, I don't see them going better at this point. I don't see them going better than 4-4. I think they're lucky if they go 4-4. But my prediction, personally, I think they finish 3-5. It just seems like all the fire's gone, all the want is gone. I don't even as an Ohio State fan, I don't think like the Michigan game this year isn't going to be the same, because it feels like it's just going to be a curb stomp. I mean, it feels like it's going to be a blowout at this point. I mean, I just don't see Michigan holding tight and staying in that game for very long. Like I said, Michigan's got a tough road ahead of them. I mean, there's been rumors that Harbaugh's going to leave for the NFL, but I mean, it's mind blowing that people are not seeing what's going on, not seeing that people are still standing behind Harbaugh. Um, I think he's as good as gone at this point. I don't see any reason you keep him. That they've said they won't fire him, but I find that very hard to believe. Um, it's like I said, interesting road ahead for Michigan. I don't see them fixing this. It's just going to be a really weird second half of the season for them.